Hi! It's great to be here today. I'm very excited about the book that I'm reading today. It's a request from a friend of mine, Miss Sam. Some of you know Miss Sam, and when she said, "I want you to read this," I can just hear you reading this. I'm like, so Miss Sam, when you watch, I hope it's all that you were hoping it would be. So the name of the book today is Strega Nona, and it is an old tale that's retold and illustrated by Tomie dePaola. In a town in Calabria, a long time ago, there lived an old lady that everyone called Strega Nona, which meant Grandma Witch. Although all the people in town talked about her in whispers, they all went to her to see if they had troubles. Even the priest and the sisters at the convent went, because Strega Nona did have a magic touch. She could cure a headache with oil and water and a hairpin. She made special potions for girls who wanted husbands. And she was very good at getting rid of warts. But Strega Nona was getting old, and she needed someone to help keep up her little house and garden. So she put a sign up in the town square. And Big Anthony, who didn't pay attention, went to see her. "Anthony," said Strega Nona, "you must sweep the house and wash the clothes. You must weed the garden and pick the vegetables. You must feed the goat and milk her. And you must fetch the water. For this, I will give you 3 coins and a place to sleep and food to eat." "Oh, grazie," said Big Anthony. "The one thing you must never do," said Strega Nona, "is touch the pasta pot. It is very valuable, and I don't let anyone touch it." "Oh, si, yes," said Big Anthony. And so the days went by. Big Anthony did his work, and Strega Nona met with people who came to see her for headaches and husbands and warts. But Big Anthony had a nice bed to sleep in next to the goat shed, and he had food to eat. One evening, when Big Anthony was milking the goat, he heard Strega Nona singing. Peeking in the window, he saw Strega Nona standing over the pasta pot. She sang, "Bubble, bubble, pasta pot, boil me some pasta nice and hot. I'm hungry and it's time to sup. Boil enough pasta to fill me up." And the pasta pot bubbled and boiled and was suddenly filled with steaming hot pasta. Then Strega Nona sang, "Enough, enough, pasta pot. I have my pasta nice and hot. So simmer down my pot of clay until I am hungry another day." "Oh, how wonderful," said Big Anthony. "That's a magic pot for sure." And Strega Nona called Big Anthony in for supper. But too bad for Big Anthony, because he didn't see Strega Nona blow 3 kisses to the magic pasta pot. Mwah! 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 And this is how it happened. This is what had happened. The next day, when Big Anthony went to the town square to fetch the water, he told everyone about the pasta pot. And naturally, everyone laughed at him because it sounded so silly. A pot that cooked all by itself? And you'd better go and confess to the priest, Big Anthony, they said. It's such a lie. And Big Anthony was angry, and that wasn't a very good thing to be. I'll show them, he said to himself. Someday I will get the pasta pot and make it cook, and then they'll be sorry. The day came sooner than even Big Anthony would have thought, because 2 days later Strega Nona said to Big Anthony, Anthony, I must go over the mountain to the next town to see my friend, Strega Amelia. Sweep the house and weed the garden. Feed the goats and milk her, and for your lunch, there's some bread and cheese in the cupboard. And so remember, don't touch the pasta pot. Oh, yes, Strega Nona, said Big Anthony. But inside he was thinking, my chance is come. As soon as Strega Nona was out of sight, Big Anthony went inside, pulled the pasta pot off the shelf, and put it on the floor. Now let's see if I can remember the words, said Big Anthony. And he sang, bubble, bubble, pasta pot, boil me some pasta, nice and hot. I'm hungry and it's time to sup. Boil enough pasta to fill me up. Oh, and sure enough, the pot bubbled and boiled again and began to fill up with pasta. Ah ha ha, said Big Anthony. And he ran to the town square. He jumped up on the fountain and shouted, Everyone, get forks and plates and platters and bowls. Pasta for all. Strega Nona's house. Big Anthony has made the magic pasta pot work. Of course, everyone laughed. But they still ran home to get forks and plates and platters and bowls. And sure enough, when they got to Strega Nona's, the pasta pot was so full, it was beginning to overflow. Big Anthony was a hero. He scooped out pasta and filled the plates and the platters and the bowls. There was more than enough for all the townspeople, including the priest and the sisters from the convent. And some people came back for 2 and 3 helpings, but the pot was never empty. When all had had their fill, Big Anthony began to sing, Enough, enough, pasta pot. I've had my pasta nice and hot. So simmer down my pot of clay until I'm hungry for another day. Oh, but alas, he did not blow the 3 kisses. He went outside, and to the applause of the crowd, Big Anthony took a bow. He was so busy listening to compliments from everyone that he didn't notice that the pasta was still bubbling and boiling, until a sister from the convent said, Oh, Big Anthony, look! And pasta was pouring all over the floor of Strega Nona's house and was coming out the door. Big Anthony rushed in and shouted the magic words again. But the pot kept boiling and bubbling. He took the pot off the floor, but the pasta kept pouring out of it. Uh-oh. Big Anthony grabbed a cover and he put it on the pot, and he sat on it. But the pot raised the cover and Big Anthony with it, and spilled on the floor of Strega Nona's house. "Stop!" yelled Big Anthony. But the pasta did not stop, and if someone hadn't grabbed poor Big Anthony, the pasta would have covered him up. The pasta had all but filled the little house. Out of the windows and through the doors came the pasta, and the pot kept right on bubbling. The townspeople began to worry. "Do something, Big Anthony," they shouted. But Anthony sang the magic song again and again, but without the 3 kisses, it did no good. By the time the pasta was on its way down the road, and all the townspeople were running to get ahead of it. "We must protect our homes from the pasta," shouted the mayor. "Get mattresses, tables, doors, anything to make a barricade." But even that didn't work. The pot kept boiling and the pasta kept coming. "We are lost," said the people. And the priest and the sisters of the convent began praying. "The pasta will cover our town," they cried. And it certainly would have, had Strega Nona not come down the road home from her visit. She did not have to look twice to know what had happened. She sang the magic song and blew the 3 kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And with a sputter, the pot stopped boiling and the pasta came to a halt. "Oh, grazie, grazie, thank you, Strega Nona," the people cried. But then they turned on poor Big Anthony. "String him up," the men from the town insisted. No, wait, said Strega Nona. "The punishment, it should fit the crime." And she took a fork from a lady standing nearby and held it out to Big Anthony. "All right, Anthony, you wanted pasta from my magic pot," Strega Nona said. "And I want to sleep in my little bed tonight. So, start eating." And he did. Oh, poor Big Anthony. The end. So did you see he kept eating? And she did. She got to sleep in her bed. And boy, he's got a lot of pasta in his tummy. So I thought that was a very fun book, and I think Big Anthony learned a lesson, didn't he? That sometimes you need to listen all the way to the end. So if your mom tells you to do something, listen and all the way to the end so that you make sure of what it is you're supposed to be doing. And the other thing I really liked was the 3 kisses, because for me, kisses work magic. Don't they? I mean, you think about it. You got a boo-boo, kisses make it all better. Kisses and Band-Aids. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope Miss Sam enjoyed it. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.